Hey friends, let's take a look at this Milwaukee M12 fuel driver. All right, here it is, the M12 fuel driver. Let's just do the tail of the tape real quick right here. The idea here is for this thing to be pretty compact. So that looks to be about 5 1/4 inches long, and we'll call that 7 1/4 inches tall. And then you have battery options. This big booger, this is a 4 amp hour battery, or what you more commonly see is this guy. This one's a 2 amp hour, but they make these in different amp hourages in the same size. Pop it in the bottom. We're still pretty compact at, we'll call it 8 inches. How wide's the back side? About 2 inches wide on the back. And weight, I don't know, they tell us the tool weighs 2 pounds. The battery almost weighs more than the tool itself, but balance isn't too bad in the hand. Your switcher is right here for going one direction or the other. And that right there tells you how much battery you have. They call it the fuel gauge. What a fun way of referring to your battery gauge. Little light on the front, comes on when you push the button. Little bumpers on the side. Belt clip. It's a teeny little belt clip. Look at that little feller. Nice grip overall. And I think this puts things in a pretty good position for when you're doing what you're supposed to do with this, which is driving screws into wood. 3 settings on the machine. 1, 2, 3. That's for how much power you have. It goes up to about 3,300 RPMs at, I believe, 1,300 pound-feet. So not too bad. Then this mode right here, this is kind of interesting. When you push this button to switch through modes, that is a mode for putting in self-tapping stuff, like this tech screw. They can kind of dance on you when you're trying to screw them in. So this starts slow and ends fast, kind of like a few of my relationships. Anyways, let's get her in there and see how this thing screws things into other things. So one of the big ideas here is it's supposed to be very convenient to put your 1/4 inch bits in here. It is one-handed. That is locked in. To take it out, you do need probably 2 hands to lift the collar, pull your bit out, but you can just slap the bit in with one hand. Pretty nice setup there. Let's screw a thing into a thing. Okay, here we go. We're on setting number 3, because that's the only one anybody ever uses anyway. And what is this? This is about a 3 1/2 inch screw. There we go. Driven really well. Let's try a tech screw with that that self-tapping setting. All right, so we're on the self-tap setting. No, we're not. We're on setting number 3. Push the button. Now we're on the self-tapper. Let's see how this does. So it's supposed to ramp up to prevent this screw from walking and then drive. That actually worked pretty good. It did ramp up and then start driving. It doesn't have as much power in this self-tapper, but if we put it back into setting 3 here, we can finish that drive no problem. So definitely some uses for that self-tapping. I think it's for more delicate drilling rather than just driving in a metal screw through some metal. But boy, this thing has tons of power for its size. We'll just do another metal screw here on setting 3 without the anti-walk setting. Frankly, it has enough oomph to just drive that in without worrying about it walking too much, but I did kind of like the ramp up. So there it is, the Milwaukee M12 fuel driver. This thing, really light, fits into tight spaces. I like this a lot.